Hey there, if you want to learn the basics of reading a house plan, I've got one right here in front of me and we'll go over it. This is a 10-page packet of one house plan, which happens to be the one I'm sitting in, and I'll put it on the screen and we'll go over. As I said in the previous video, we need a place to build this house, so we gotta find us a piece of land. I've got the plan loaded up here, and here's page number 1. It's basically a summary page. It gives us the index of what all the pages are, their titles. It gives us the square footage of the house, a couple of renderings of the front and the back, and it also takes the survey of the land and places the final build of the house and what it will look like on the property. There's the street, the house, and the driveway are circled, and the lot is pie-shaped. So that is basically all there is to sheet number 1. It's pretty much a summary page. Moving on to sheet number 2, this is the foundation of the house. Now this house is built on pilings. Each one of those black squares represents a 12-inch by 12-inch piling, and those things are about 28 to 30 feet tall. Here's a video of them drilling into the ground. This is a huge drill, as you can see there, and they're using the crane on the truck. This is a something to watch, I tell you. This is a crane truck with a drill on it. They pick up the pilings, they carry it over, place it down into the hole as far as it'll go, and then they use this huge hammer that's on the crane, and they start hammering these things down into the ground. So they're actually hammering this with this huge crane thing with I don't even know how much it weighs, but it's incredible. And they pile these down into the ground like they're driving it with a hammer. And here is what it looks like when they're finished. And it's amazing how straight they get these things. It's amazing to watch. I could watch it every day because it's fun. Now look how straight, like second from the right, look how straight that line of pilings is. It's incredible. And every one of them is perfectly placed. I took a tape measure myself and went around, and they're dead on. I don't know how those guys do it, but it's amazing. All right, back to the plan. Not only are the pilings shown on this ground floor drawing, but we have some electrical on here. There are some lights that shine down onto the parking area under the house, and these are shown here. These little round things are the recessed lighting, and the dashed line that I'm drawing here leads to the switch that controls those lights. And this is consistent throughout all of the plan. We'll see this on every floor. Also on the ground floor is the garage, which I just circled, and behind the garage is a outdoor shower, and then it shows the front stairs and the rear stairs. Now we get into the actual living space. Now look at all those lines and numbers everywhere. This can be difficult to read, so let's just take it from the front door. Let's walk in the front door where that little red mark is. We walk in, stairs go up to the right, walk right across the hall. There's a half bath with a toilet, a sink. Okay, follow my cursor. We'll go out of the half bath, up the hallway. There's a little cased opening there at the kitchen entrance. There's the fridge. There's a little counter space. There's the microwave and the oven. There's the island with the cooktop and the island with the dishwasher and sink. Another cabinet space. The one on the left there is the beverage center. Then into the laundry room, we have the washer and dryer and another cabinet. Then we have the side balcony and the dining room. And then we go over to the living room with a vaulted ceiling. And now into the master. Here we have a 2'8" door that swings. And notice in the bathroom, we have the same size door, but it's a pocket door. Now let's go into the bathroom where we have a lot going on. We've got a double sink vanity. We've got a double door closet on a 45-degree angle. And then we come out, we've got a shower. That's the shower faucet shown there. As you follow my cursor, that is a 20 by 20 square window in the shower. We'll come across, and outside is the AC deck. You'll see that later on the drone shots. And this is the freestanding tub, and there's a window above that too. We'll take a look at these other bedrooms and bathrooms just to become more familiar, and you'll see they're basically the same. They show the tub, they show the toilet, the sink, the swing of the door, the lighting, the electrical, and all the switches. As we get further into the design plan, we'll see the elevations. The elevations are basically a rendering of what the house looks like if you're standing outside looking at
at it. It shows the stairs. It shows that AC deck there on the side. It shows the little side porch on the other side of the house, all the windows. It even gives detail on the siding. It will show the window sizes. It will show the garage door size. And then here's another rendering of the side view, giving you the same information, but just from a different perspective, so that when you're building this thing, you know what it's supposed to look like. This is the electrical page. It's so important that it gets its own dedicated page. So let's just look at the dining room. We've got one chandelier, one wire going to a switch. Then we've got two recessed lights with one wire going to a switch. Then we've got two outside lights shown going to two switches, opposite sides of the room. Now pretend this thing I'm drawing looks like a little plug at the end of your lamp cord, because that's what goes right here. Every time you see a circle with a couple of lines on it, that is an electrical outlet. Become familiar with that symbol, because if you are building a house, you will need to review your house plan to make sure you have enough of those and that they are where you need them. Now, the local building code is going to dictate how many you're supposed to have and how far apart they're supposed to be. But if you have a special need, you need one in a special location, make sure that gets on the house plan. Make sure the electrician puts it in place, and before the sheetrock goes on, I would advise you to go look and make sure the plug that you need is actually there. And these things are the hose bibs outside. That's where you screw in your garden hose. And next up, these things are your cable TV, your Cat 5, any kind of smart home devices. Wherever you want those, make sure they're where you need them on the plan. All right, we're almost done here, but here's some honorable mention things. This is the exhaust fan in a bathroom. Now that's regulated by code, and most places they are necessary unless you have a functioning window. As we go further into the packet, these are the elevations of the cabinets and bathrooms, that sort of thing inside. Now, a lot of this is flexible because most times people work with a cabinet maker and they may want something special. So these are sort of take it or leave it, but they're there. Now, remember that piling plan from earlier? This one here shows the floor joists that get connected. And here's a flyover. Isn't that kind of neat? You can see how they're all connected. And here's a close-up of how the 2x12s fit over the top of those pilings and get bolted together. This page is dedicated to the framers. On the left are the joists for the ceiling of the second or third floor. And then on the right is the roof framing. And now we'll just fly around and take a look at all the framing that's been done. You can compare these to the plan and see how it all came together. Right there on the side is that little AC deck that's cantilevered out. That'll get finished off and trimmed up so it looks nice. And this is the back porch. There's that little small covered area over that door of the master bedroom. And then there's the A-frame that's behind the den. And there's that little side porch on the front and the back. Great place to drink your coffee in the morning. And there we go. Almost finished, just need some paint. The final page is more or less engineering. It shows all the connections, how they should be done, approximate lengths, the materials to be used, that sort of thing. The designs on this page will likely be changed once this is submitted to engineering. It just depends on the local codes and what's needed. Okay, here are some drive-by pictures. You see those metal strap-looking things? Well, that's exactly what they are. Those are hurricane straps, and they get fitted over the connections to make sure that it stays tight. And this is what happens when you don't do it. So this house was being framed and allegedly did not have the straps on it, and the big bad wolf came in and blew it down. Okay, here's a picture of the finished version of the house plan we just went over. If you want to go back and look at some of those drawings and compare it to what was actually built, feel free to do so. And I don't know who this is, but I don't know if they look like they know what they're doing.
All right. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped a little bit. If you still have questions, just send a note, put it in the comments, ask a question. If I don't answer it, I'm sure somebody will have an answer. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.